sure it's the same with every big city coaching staff everywhere. But this is 2 Super Bowls for him. He's a pretty young guy. I mean, what do you think's clicked with him so early? And is it just the talent around him, or is it kind of like Saquon? Is it the right situation for a coach?
I think that last part is important, and you do talk about the track record, like 2 Super Bowls in his first 4 years as a head coach, making the playoffs every time. That's never been done before. So there is obviously a lot here. That said, at the end of last season, the collapse that they had down the stretch, he was a big part of that, and it wasn't just the depths of the internet. It was internally they were considering
Mm.
whether it was worth moving on. And I would say that even earlier this season, when he's like barking at the fans after they beat the Browns in Week 6 in a game that was not really like worth pounding your chest over, I think internally they were wondering then too if this was going to be a long term relationship. And since then, he's been awesome. And I do think that you talk about like getting him set up to be in the right situation. That was a big part of this because after last season, they took some of the offensive responsibility away from him. They set him up with Vic Fangio to sort of be the head coach of the defense and take that over, which allowed him to have a little bit more flexibility to focus on the locker room and the day to day responsibilities of the job. And you have seen how that has worked out because I think that Nick Sirianni is not necessarily the best coach in the NFL for all 32 teams, but for this specific situation where they have what is probably the best roster in football, and the most important thing is to make sure that these guys are ready to play every week and that they are playing for something bigger. He's very good at that, and he has proven that over and over again. And I think the NFC Championship game was a very good example because in Week 16